કરી દીધું હું કરું હવે ચાલુ કરું.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. To authors and invited guests, welcome to Technical Session 8B. Myself, Ishita Sauryan, and this session will be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Scholastic LLP, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 9th International Conference on Information Communication Technology for Competitive Strategies, ICTCS 2024, Jaipur, India. The 9th edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held day before yesterday in Jaipur, India, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today and was held yesterday, that is 20th and 21st of December 2024. I hope you will all enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions through the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 8 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for question and answer. On 7 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There's another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to me in the chat box. Just before we get started, I'd like to introduce you all to the chair for this session. We have with us Dr. R.K. Taylor, the Associate Professor at Manipal University, Jaipur, who is a renowned expert in robotic process automation and accounting with over 2700 research citations, an H-index of 22 and 56 I-10 index, and international author and editor, and he has authored 50 plus books, holds 10 and more patents, and received numerous awards, including the Golden Ambassador Award and Fellow of Commerce. Dr. Taylor has over 16 years of experience in teaching, research, and consultancy, delivering speeches and chairing conferences globally. We welcome you, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We'll be proceeding with our paper presentations. I'd like to invite our first paper presenter for the day, Pratosh Kumar Pal, with the paper titled A Future-Ready Billing System with Recommendation and Prediction System for Small-Scale Businesses. Sir, if you're ready, then you may start with the presentation. Sir Pratosh? Seems we do not have him in the meeting yet. We'll be proceeding with the next paper. Borampet Manish Reddy with the paper titled Algorithmic Symphony.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm from author Pratosh Kumar Pal.
Okay.
So
will you be presenting in place of him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
yes.
Please go ahead.
Just let me know if my screen is visible.
Sure.
Give me a second. Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So, hello everyone. It's an honor to be here at 9th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Competitive Strategies. On behalf of my team, I'm excited to present our vision of a future-ready billing system enhanced with recommendation and prediction capabilities, specifically designed to empower small businesses. Efficient billing and inventory management are critical for business success in the current competitive market. However, many small scale businesses still rely on manual processes which are prone to errors and inefficiencies. Our proposed system addresses these challenges by automating core operations, streamlining inventory processes, and enabling better decision making. By providing tools for personalized invoicing and secure payment integration, it empowers businesses to focus on growth rather than administrative tasks. So, why did we choose to work on this? This is because small enterprises often face challenges such as resource constraints and inefficient processes, making it difficult to remain competitive. Our system bridges this gap by introducing smarter workflows. It simplifies tasks like inventory tracking while incorporating prediction and recommendation tools. These innovations reduce cost, improve productivity, and create new opportunities for sustainable growth. Now let me walk you through the methodology of our system. Our architecture, our architecture consists of several modules: authentication, which ensures user access; inventory management, which enables vendors to manage their products efficiently. Then we have invoice generation, which simplifies the checkout and billing processes. The report module provides insights into sales and business performances. Lastly, our prediction and recommendation system, which empowers business with data driven decision making. Together, these elements provide a strong and intuitive user experience. Let's see the core functionality of each module. Authentication module. It secures user access using advanced token based mechanism. Inventory module. Vendors can add single or multiple products, manage stocks, and even create discount coupons to boost sales. Further up, we have invoice generation. This integrates secure payment options and generates detailed invoices for transaction. In the report module, we provide actionable insights through detailed sales analysis. The prediction module, we use ARIMA algorithm which forecasts sale trends, helping vendors plan better inventory. In the recommendation system, which employs collaborative filtering and sentimental analysis to personalize customer experience. Let's look at the results of these implementation. This is our landing page where user can log in, provided with the username and password. Users sign up by sharing details like company, payment, and branch information, which are safely stored in a PostgreSQL database. After signing up, they log in with the username and password. For security, the app uses JWT. After logging in, the server gives a token with encrypted data to ensure safe communication between the user and the server. Inventory module. Vendors can add products to their inventory with details like name, price, quantity. Each product have a unique SKU value, which is used for tracking. Multiple products can be added using files like CSV. The system helps vendors manage inventory and add coupons applied at checkout. In the invoice generation, vendors can check out by confirming the card or review their taxes and fees, proceeding to payment. The system uses InstaMojo for secure payment via cards, net banking, and wallets. After payments, vendors can generate and save invoices as transaction records. This helps us track payments and maintain accurate financial records. In the coming prediction module, ARIMA algorithm used for prediction analyzes sales patterns and seasonality to predict future sales revenue for specific periods. These graphs illustrate the performance of the system by comparing actual sales, which are presented in a blue line, with the forecasted sales presented with the orange line. Further on, the recommendation feature uses sentimental analysis and collaborative filtering to suggest products to customers. Sentimental analysis evaluates reviews to identify opinions which can be either positive, negative, or neutral. That helps the system understand customer preferences for personalized recommendation. In all, our system streamlines billing and inventory operations. It reduces administrative burdens and enhances financial accuracy. It empowers small businesses by providing predictive insights, optimizing inventory, and improving customer satisfaction. The system is user friendly, scalable, and integrates seamlessly with existing business workflows. Looking ahead, we see immense potential for expansion. We plan to integrate IoT for real time tracking, scale the system using cloud technology, and enhance transaction security with blockchain. Additionally, we envision developing more mobile applications and incorporating advanced AI driven recommendation system for further personalized customer experience. We believe this system has the potential to revolutionize how small businesses operate and grow. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, would you like to ask any question?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. It was really nice presentation and the topic was really good. One question, ma'am, that you have taken the integration model. So what is the important factor you have taken to evaluate and developing the model?
So, the core of our system is basically the prediction and recommendation merging them into a system because we have been through different literature reviews as well. There are systems, business billing systems, but most of them lack the predictive or recommending knowledge within them. Because if you see small scale businesses, why can't they grow up? Just because there are a lot of stock in their inventory, and as the market expand, they are unaware of which product to have in which season. So we thought to implement prediction and recommendation in order to help them not only through inventory management and invoicing and payments, but they can uh, release the stocks that they are already having, or so that the stock doesn't just get bad, or with time it shouldn't lose its value. So the core of our system is prediction and recommendation.
So the prediction is okay, but it means like you're talking about the small scale industries and businesses. So have you any means before writing this model or developing this model, have you taken any pilot testing on that?
Sorry,
Any
testing?
testing you did on that?
On prediction and recommendation?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went through few mean square testing and in the ARIMA algorithm as well. uh, we found that there are 8% errors as of now, but 92% it was accurate. So that's why we went for this algorithm.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much. Next
Thank
participant,
you.
please.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll
Ramesh.
be proceeding with the next presentation. I'd like to invite the next paper presenter. Just a second. Yeah, we have Manish Reddy with the paper titled Algorithmic Symphony Machine Learning Classification Models Across Diverse Datasets for Performance Evaluation Comparison. So if you're ready, then you may start your presentation.
Um, Good afternoon, ma'am. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, perfectly.
Yeah. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes,
Can
sir,
I get
it's
the
visible.
confirmation, please? Thank you. Uh, Good morning, good afternoon, everyone present here. I'm Borampet Manish Reddy, and I'm here to present a research paper titled Algorithmic Symphony of Machine Learning Classification Models Across Diverse Datasets for Performance Evaluation and Comparison. This is a collaborative effort with my co-authors Aditya Krishna, Sriram, Abhishek, and myself, Manish. So uh, I'm honored to present this paper in ICTCS 2024. Coming to the abstract of the presentation, uh, we have compared the performance of four popular machine classification models that are namely random forest, SVC, logistic regression, and k-nearest neighbors. So for this, the dataset we have taken for the evaluation purposes: wine quality dataset, social well-being, obesity risk, and phishing email dataset. Here, there's according to the real world, considering the real world scenario, we have considered the different cases of datasets. Like wine quality is a multi-class classification, phishing email is a binary class classification, social well-being is a non-linear classification dataset. So these all are evaluated on metrics like accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score, and we have also done some hyperparameter tuning as well. And as an outcome, we got that random forest emerged as a most efficient model due to its robustness and ensemble learning ability. So coming to the introduction, machine learning models identify patterns. What are machine learning models? They identify patterns and they make prediction based on the patterns, etc. So coming to the challenges, what we faced are like model diversity, complication selections, pre-processing methods like normalization, encoding, handling outliers, add complexities. And there was a class imbalance in one of the dataset which we have taken, that was wine quality dataset, and we have handled that with SMOT method, that is synthetic minority sampling methodology. So the main objective is to evaluate of this paper is evaluate performance across diverse datasets to recommend the most suitable model so that it can be helpful for the practitioners for particular, if they have a particular data set or they have a particular problem statement, they'll be having a clear vision or an idea onto which model they have to choose. Coming to the objectives, as I've already told, the primary goal is to compare classification models, and the key objective is to understand each model's strengths and limitations provide practical insights for data-driven industries, assist researchers in effective model selections. Coming to the data set overview, as I previously told, wine quality is a multi-class classification. Social well-being is a nonlinear classification. Fishing is a binary class, and of course, obesity is a multi-class classification. Here, as you can see in the table, there are some records, number of records, which are the numeric attributes, the categorical attributes. These categorical attributes are handled using a label encoding and one-hot encoding as ordinal encoding. In 3 different data sets, we have chosen different methods. And then for the missing data, we had only missing data in the phishing email thing, and we have just dropped it because there were very less in number as compared to 18,650 records or attributes. Now coming to the algorithms which we have used, let me give an overview of the algorithms we have used. We have used random forest, support vector machine, k-nearest classifier, and logistic regression. So a random forest is an ensemble method combining multiple decision trees to avoid overfitting. The major strength of this random forest is robust handling, high dimensional data, reduce overfitting, and KNN is simple, effective for small data. For SVC, it is effective in high dimensions and flexible kernels. And coming to logistic, that main strength is simple and interpretable, fast. So that's the thing. And so KNN is an instance-based learning where based on the nearest neighbors, it classifies the thing. And logistic regression uses sigmoid value and gives the output in the range from 0 to 1 as a probability. Going next is the methodology which we have used. We have handled the missing values using missing values. As I mentioned, it's only present in the phishing dataset only. Encoded the values using ordinal encoding. Text vectorizer we have used for phishing emails. We have used bag of vectorizers where we are using NLP concepts, text vectorizer, bag of words, etc. And standardization for numerical features so that it comes in a standard scale, a normalized scale where we can get more accurate results. And SMOT, as I mentioned, an oversampling technique to handle class imbalance. We have also, for the number of feature attribute selection or feature selection, we have used a method called recursive feature elimination, where we'll get the topmost features can be selected, which is highly correlated and which directly influences the accuracy and all. So considering the most important features there. And this is the result which we have observed in the obesity data set. Here, if we observe things, random forest outperformed other models due to the ensemble nature. As it's clearly visible, it's 93, and Bristol is 87, 89. It's all clear near itself. SVM also is very good model here. And coming to the diagrammatic representation, a visual representation of it, we have tested test accuracy and cross-validated mean accuracy is present in front of you. Going to the next is a result for wine quality data set. So we have analyzed that complete data accuracy before and after using SMOT. And the thing which I observed is there is only a very slight improvement after using SMOT. There is an improvement, but it's considerably very less because of the data constraints here. So the performance without SMOT, the random forest showed 67.16% accuracy, and performance with SMOT slightly improved, but there is a risk of overfitting case. Both the visual representation is here. We have used k-fold accuracy and test accuracy visualized in front of you with SMOT and without SMOT. For the social well-being also, the random forest had a greater accuracy. Random forest and k-nearest neighbor excelled here, capturing the complex relation in user behavioral data. Here is a representation. Next is a phishing email. Here, this is a binary classification. The fake is a phishing mail or not a phishing mail. They have converted that to zeros and ones using one-hot encoding actually, where if it is not, it is 0, and if it is a phishing mail, it represents 1. So here, the logistic regression performed the best due to its effective preprocessing and vectorization techniques. The ROC AUC curve scores is represented here. As you can see, we are almost nearing a perfect classifier for logistic regression and k-nearest neighbor and SVM2. If you see, observe SVM k-nearest neighbor here with an AUC of 0.86, you can see the other models has outperformed them. And coming to the conclusion, random forest consistently best performed due to its ensemble and robustness. SVM for strong specific data sets where kernel is chosen appropriately. KNN performs poorly due to high dimensional data like text. And logistic regression is simple but limited for complex and nonlinear data sets in the case of phishing data set here. For the future scope, we are going to explore hybrid approach or ensemble combinations for better results. And thanks for our college and Mr. Vishnu, who has constantly motivated us. Here are a few references we have taken. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I'm open to questions.
Yeah, this is really a good paper title which you have selected. But will you please tell me how you develop the data set, because it's important for evaluating the performance.
Sir, can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, you have taken some data set to evaluate the results, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have applied the logistic regression as well, and that range started from 0 to 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the minority and minute values which you have taken for logistic regression, it is based on the data set which you have taken.
Yes, sir.
So what is the base of selecting that particular data?
Sir, as I mentioned previously, we are trying to explore different kinds of data sets in this real world and different classification applications. So which classification model which fits and which suits the which kind of data, what type of data sets. So here in the binary classification here, we have just zeros and ones. We have to classify zeros and ones, and we have set a threshold there. So zero is it's a fake, and one means one is a phishing mail, and zero it's not a phishing mail. So as the logistic regression gives a sigmoid of probabilistic output in the range of 0 to 1, we have set a threshold of 0.5 there, where any value above that is classified as a phishing mail and any value below that is classified as a non-phishing mail.
Perfectly. Very good. No questions, please. Next one.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We'll be proceeding with the next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter Pallavi with the paper title Challenges and Strategies in Implementing the UGC Quality Mandate, a review of awareness and professional development in higher education institutions. Ma'am, if you're ready, then you may go ahead. Ma'am Pallavi.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm ready. I'm just sharing my slide, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am.
Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay. So the title of my paper is the Challenges and Strategies in Implementing the UGC Quality Mandates, the Review of Awareness and Professional Development in Higher Education Institute. So in this paper, actually, we were discussing about the different UGC mandates that were introduced in 2018 by UGC, and we have done a survey. We wanted to find out that actually this is about the Lucknow district of Uttar Pradesh, and we were just trying to find out the awareness regarding these UGC quality mandates in the higher education institutes in the area within the district of Lucknow. So
Pallavi, will you please do it on full screen mode?
it's not full screen?
No.
Just, yeah, is it now? No?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay, thank you. So in this, we are actually we are doing the review of the awareness and implementation of the quality mandates in the among the teachers in the higher education institutes. And we have also discussed about the strategies which are needed to implement the UGC quality mandates that are in line with the new education policy, and also the challenges that we are facing, because there are a lot of challenges that we will be discussing in this slides. So first of all, we'll see that the verticals of the UGC quality mandates. The basic quality mandates consist of the Diksharam, learning outcome based, curriculum for life skills, social and industry connect, care, sprite, satat, Mulya Prabha, and evaluation in the reforms in the evaluation and assessment system, and the faculty induction program, and also the accreditation processes. So these are the main quality mandates that are introduced by the UGC. So as we know that UGC is instrument to create the quality standards in the higher education institute across the country, and it is the main body which introduced the main key changes that should be done in order to improve upon the quality of the education. So this is a literature survey we did. We just wanted to find out that what kind of work has already been done, because it is a new topic, and we couldn't find a lot of work where people have tried to find out the working of the quality mandates, whether they are in line with the SDGs, they are also in line with the sustainable studies. So these are the few of the papers that we did for the literature survey, and we find out that yes, a particular work has been done, systematic has been done in this area. So we wanted to find out the awareness. So we have found that in all the survey we conducted, we find out that there is awareness about the UGC quality mandates, and the teachers are aware of the quality mandates, and they know that there are certain changes that has been implemented through the UGC. And so, but the next step was about the implementation, because awareness is the first step, and then is the implementation. So implementation means that how these applications are introduced in the institute, so that can improve upon the teaching and learning processes, and they can also how they can enhance the educational experience of the student as well of the faculty members, and what kind of infrastructure will be required to implement these quality mandates, because as we can see, a lot of things are very new, which needs a lot of training and also awareness and also the resources. So these are the requirement for the implementation of the UGC quality mandates. Now the challenges, when we wanted to find out the challenges which are there for the implementation, so lack of awareness was not a very crucial issue. As we can see that 70%, more than 60% of the people knew about the UGC quality mandates. Only there are the colleges which are not very in within the city. Only there are the people who were not very much aware of about the things. Then the most important thing, the resistance to change, that it is when you have to implement something new like Mule Prava or the care or the Satat, which is related with the research things. So already there are people have their way of doing teaching and learning, and to do something new, that is challenging for them. Then inadequate infrastructure, like for when we talk about the research, when we talk about the curriculum, about the life skills, when we talk about the accreditation processes. So a lot of new infrastructure needs to be added, because they have a lot of we can see a particular like for example in the NAC we have different criteria that needs to be fulfilled, which relates to different aspect of the assessment, experiential learning related with the sustainability. So the inadequate infrastructure is again one another issue. Then insufficient training and professional development when we talk about the outcome based education. So for that we need to provide a training, because right now we do not have that objective based education. Outcome based education is something very new, when they have to map the objectives and learning outcomes. So this is related to the professional development of the faculty. Then policy implementation changes. When we talk about the sustainability, when we talk about the experiential learning, then there are policies issues that has to be changed from the very core of the education system. So this is also one of the challenge. And quality assurance and evaluation, we have also find out that the internal quality assurance cell is not present everywhere. It is lacking, whose main role is to ensure that the quality has been maintained in all the processes of the teaching learning and the academic processes also. So they are the basic challenges in the implementation. Then what could be the strategies for the effective implementation? So one thing is when we say awareness, so awareness means that people know, the teachers know about the quality mandates, but what do they mean and how they are going to affect the teaching and learning and the students as a whole. So for that, there is a requirement of conduct of some workshops and the training programs. And then again, resources and infrastructure is also important for the implementation. and some modern technology and teaching aids, because when we talk about LMS, like learning management system, when we talk about ICT, so smart classrooms are important. When we talk about the experiential learning, so the facility of project based learning, problem based learning must be provided. These things can only enhance, and these are important, and they are the teaching aids that will be support the innovative teaching methods.
Excuse me,
So
ma'am.
we have concluded that awareness is important. First of all, awareness means not just the basic the like names, not names, but what they represent, all the quality mandates. Apart from that, we understand that adoption of these learning quality mandates and adherence to them is also challenge, and effective implementation needs the involvement of all the stakeholders, and the feedback is also important to improve the mechanism. So this was the conclusion. These are the references, sir.
Okay,
And-
okay, Pallavi, it was really nice presentation, and the topic is really relevant for Indian higher education system.
Thank you,
But
sir.
yeah, but there are two questions coming to my mind while I
Sure, sir.
was going through to your research. The
Yes,
first
sir.
thing, you have taken the awareness level. That is most difficult to evaluate the awareness level when we
Yes.
come up with their implementation and adoption of these technological aspects, or let's say if you are talking about regulations,
Mhm.
because it's a mandate which needs to be adopted by each and every university. So
Yes,
that
sir.
how can we manage all these? Means what are the bases which you have taken to differentiate between the awareness level and the knowledge of this?
So we created a survey questionnaire, and we conducted a survey in around 18 higher institute. That includes the medical institutes, the engineering institutes, and the vocational institutes also. And when we conducted the survey on about 192 faculty members of the whole, and from there we concluded these findings, sir.
Perfectly, certainly, but this I think maybe the data part is somehow mistaken, because the mandate for medical engineering and non-engineering are different, right?
Yes, sir.
So
No, sir.
applicability.
UGC quality mandates are same for all, sir. It's not
Yes,
different.
yes. I'm coming on that.
Yes.
So when we are talking to implement, so there are different UGC mandates are equal, but there are different. Let's say if you're talking about management, we need to focus on the technical universities for technicality and engineering, right? So what are the bases which you have taken for? That's my question. Finally.
The basic questions we actually this survey questionnaire, we were actually discussing about the awareness and how these, whether the institute is accredited, NAC accredited or not, whether they are using the soft skills in the curriculum or not, है ना? Does the research has improved the students' knowledge or not? So these are the basic questions, verticals that we have chosen. These were the bases that could be common to all the people. So
Wow,
those
perfect.
questions were
Okay,
selected.
okay, fine. Thank you so much. Yeah, next participant, please.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much.
We'll be proceeding with the next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter Edith Deong with the paper titled Digital Innovations in Agriculture, Leveraging IT for Sustainable Farm Management. So if you're ready, then you may start your presentation.
Yes, I'm here. Please give me some time to share my screen.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, is this visible to you, please?
Yeah,
Just a second.
it's-
Yeah, so.
Okay,
Please
So-
be on full screen mode. Yeah, perfectly.
yes. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Edidion Okpabio. I'll be presenting on the topic digital innovations in agriculture, leveraging IT for sustainable farm management. So these are the table of contents from introduction to references. And introduction, agriculture is an essential sector since it contributes not only to the continuance of world economy, but also sustains millions of people, mostly with respect to food materials, food, fiber, and raw materials that are used in the production of other industrial raw products. And then IT has gained a lot of attention, which has done contribution in agricultural sector by transforming from the traditional agricultural businesses into systems that are efficient and data-based. And then IT applications are changing in terms of precision farming, where we can use data from satellites, images, sensors, and GPS to track variability in crops within fields. And then it gives the correct precision to farmers on the correct application of inputs. And then so this paper is going to talk about how IT applications are contributing to innovations in agriculture. It's going to examine precision farming, data analytics, supply chain management, and then DSAs. And then a literature review. Some papers have talked about these, like Sam Shiri, they mentioned where the different use cases where digitalization has positively impacted agricultural practices. And also we have seen the need for combining technologies like IoT, remote sensing, and AI for agricultural production. And then also we have seen that climate change and biodiversity loss has posed a significant threat to cybersecurity, which led to the concept of sustainable intensification. And then finally, we have learned a new word that was named as the third green revolution, which described the new revolution, and what characterized this was the use of high technology to ensure increased agriculture productivity while ensuring long-term sustainability. And so now we'll be looking at the agriculture IT applications in agriculture. Number one is the precision farming, where you can see from this image, it's a data-driven method of cultivating and managing crops, where you can see from we have the scientific understanding of the land under cultivation. You providing soil sampling data, you monitor the health of the farm, you conduct mapping, conductivity mapping, you identifying historical stress locations, as well as the yield monitoring and forecasting. Up next is the data analytics, where data is tracked from the producer up till when the final consumer takes over. So this chart is talking about data analytics from the producer to the exporter, from the producer as well to the processor to the retailer, and then the different angles as per shown in these arrows. And then we also have the supply chain optimization, where we have risk management. It has the demand forecasting and marketing insights. It enhances quality control, and it also has streamlined transportation and logistics. And finally, we have decision support systems with the crop model, irrigation estimation. All of these are brought together to actually take a decision as to whether the land is good for cultivation or not. And then what are the challenges of implementing these? Number one is the lack of infrastructure. Yeah, mostly, especially in the villages, rural areas, they actually lack high-speed internet. And for you to use agricultural technology, you need to be connected to the internet. Also, we have the high implementation cost. Like you can see, like drones, sensors, and all these analytical softwares, they are too costly for small scale farmers to use. Like when I'm talking about small scale farmers, I'm talking about farmers that are just like cultivating in a low part only, like only for attention for just major consumption. They're not like major importer and exporters as that. And also the lack of technical know-how as well, because most farmers, they will require technical knowledge and skills to run these IT systems. And if they don't have such, and then they can't use it, because it requires learning, specialized training for that as well. And also security concerns and privacy. Yeah, you see, everything now is on the internet, and data is a target by hackers as well as other third-party vendors where you can see that if it's not saved well, then it's a problem. And also gathering sensitive information also provides the opportunity for data breach, unauthorized access, and even misuse. And then the future trends we hope to see AI and machine learning. So like if you say AI power system, it can analyze massive data sets ranging from the soil moisture levels to weather patterns, pest outbreaks, and the growth stages of crops. So that recommendations can be generated in real time for the farmers. And also we can use machine learning algorithms to predict future conditions such as the yield of the crops or the likelihood of those crops being infested by pests. Also, historical weather data can also tell a farmer when it's time to harvest, when it's time to plant to minimize risks here, especially when in places that have low rainfall or in places that have high rainfall and or places with high sunlight intensity. So this can help them in that place. Also, we can have robotics and automation instead of using tractor to till the ground, using tractor as well for tilling, also applying fertilizers or pesticides. We can use automation. Robotics can be used into these parts where the farmers, it can also save them from inhaling or taking in harmful chemicals as well, which can also reduce waste and damage done to the environment. And also it can boost yields and reduce the input costs. And also we can see cloud computing as well. And then finally, blockchain technology, which is actually for traceability as well as transparency. So security, it can prevent fraudulent practices, especially counterfeit products when it's being transported. You see, like in the markets right now, we can see some of the products are adulterated. Most of what we are taking in is different from what was being manufactured. And then use of blockchain technology can help increase this transparency and then bring fresh and benefitable goods to the market such that if consumed, it won't have any effect on the consumer. And then in conclusion, say that IT in agriculture is integrating transformative solutions for the current challenges, which means precision farming, data analytics, DSS, the optimized resources and increase crop yield and enhance supply chain. Also, we have several challenges as well. Adapting to those things is very difficult, especially adapting to AI when we have limited rural infrastructures, and then we have relative high implementation costs. But the future is still bright though, when we have AI, robotics, blockchain, also for automation and transparency. And then I believe that all farmers must embrace technology if they are to see agriculture in the future with seamless integration for increased productivity, sustainability, and resilience in the global food system. So these are the references, some of the places I have gotten my text from at the end. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your presentation. I have one question from you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so basically you have selected a particular topic on, or your research is on farm management, right?
Yes, sir.
How can we differentiate? Let's say that there are a lot of things which a particular crop or a particular farm is having in different seasons. So when we
Okay.
are going to implement these technological innovation, what problem basically you find out? Let's say, means in a sustainable development, there are a lot of things which we need to implement in agriculture sector.
Yes, sir.
So how could we segregate that? All these things.
So I don't get your question. Please come again. Yeah, thank you.
My question is basically you are focusing on the sustainable farm management.
Yes, sir.
So there's a variety of crops in agriculture sector, right?
Yes, that's right.
How could you implement the technology in different types of crops?
Okay, so I'm guessing for each crop, you see, there's something we call machine learning. We have machine learning algorithms available, which will select based on the features, the size, the leaf, the size of the leaf, the shape of the leaf, and well. So if you use machine learning algorithms and then you train that particular machine algorithm on a particular on the type of crops available, I believe that once it's been implemented, it will see, oh, this one is for tomatoes. Oh, this is how tomato looks like. And then it gives a different measure for it. It looks at, okay, bindi or okra. Okay, what does it look like? Okay, then it gives another specification for it depending on the type of crops. It's just everything just boils down to the machine learning algorithm at the training stage, training and testing stage.
Okay, perfectly.
So
Sounds good. Thank you so much. Next
Yeah, thank you, sir.
participant.
Yes, sir. We will be proceeding with the next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter Karan with the paper titled Enhancing E-Commerce with Geotag Product Listings, a Website Development Approach. So if you're ready, then you may start with your presentation.
Yes, I'll share the screen.
Yeah, sure.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. Good afternoon to another presenter. I am pleased to present my paper titled Enhancing E-Commerce with Geotag Product Listings, Website Development Approach in the 9th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Competitive Strategies, along with my co-authors Pratham Khodiar, Om Balke, and Aisha Hakkar.
Yeah.
Geotag products are products which are tagged with the geographical data that enable geo-targeted and localized e-commerce experiences. The work in this paper is directed to building a geo-tagged e-commerce website for enriching the online shopping experience with location-based functionalities. By leveraging geo-tagging technology, the platform facilitates personal shopping experiences where users can effortlessly discover and purchase products based on the proximity or relevance to their location. This website integrates all standard e-commerce functionalities, offering a dynamic marketplace tailored to individual user locations. The motivation was to create this project is in the following points: protects and promotes traditional agricultural products, adds value to products enhancing their market appeal, supports rural development by securing income sources for local artisans and farmers, prevents imitation, thereby preserving cultural heritage and diversity, provides location data labeled products enabling personalized and local shopping experiences, limited platforms specifically developed for geotag products, adoption of localized location-based technology like geotagging could transform market accessibility and product visibility. This is the project overview of the website. It starts with the homepage. The homepage has 4 main pages. First is the about page, which describes about the geotag website. Next, we have the product page, which has all the product listings. Third is the contact us page. And fourth is the login sign up page. Once the user clicks on the login sign up page, he can see the login page. If the user doesn't have an account, they can create an account using the sign up page. They have to fill the user credentials. After they fill the user credentials, they get directed to the login page, and then they can log in the account using the email ID and password. We have the product page, which has the filter products as preferences option. The user can filter as per what products they want to purchase. They can open the product page of that product. There are 2 options, buy now and add to cart. If the user clicks on the buy now button, they get directed to the customer details page. Then they generate an invoice with the product and shipment details. After generating the invoice, they have to click on the pay now button. After they click on the pay now button, the Razor Pay or window will be opened for the payment process. And after the payment process is completed, they will receive a confirmation that the payment has been successful. The technologies used to create this website are HTML, CSS for styling and building up the structure of the website, JavaScript for the functionality of the website, PHP MyAdmin for storing the databases of the login sign up product or product details and the user details and the contact us at the invoice page, and Razor API for the payment process. Let's move on to the implementation of the website. This we have the home page. As you can see, this is the home page. We have the header. the banner indicating the GI Fair India from 24 to 28 June. Then next we have the About Us section. These are some featured products which are available on the website. After that, we have a subscribe option. If the user clicks on this button and agrees to terms and conditions, they'll keep receiving emails on their email ID whenever a new product is launched on the website. Next, we have the About Us and Contact Us page. The About Us page highlights significance of geographical indicators in preserving culture, protecting traditional products, and preventing fraud. We support customer sellers and producers by promoting authenticate geo-typed goods on an easy-to-use platform. Whereas the Contact Us page provides direct help through phone and email and includes feedback from the users to share issues or comments. These channels ensure open communication, helping us address concerns and improve the user experience. Next is the sign up and login page. If the user doesn't have an account, they can go to the sign up page. They have to enter the first name, last name, email address, mobile number, and password, and also confirm the password. After they sign up the website, they'll receive an email. I've used the PHP emailer for developing this functionality of the email thing. After they do the email, they can go to the login page. If the user forgets their email ID, they'll receive an email they'll receive the email that they forgotten the password and they get reset using an OTP. Next is the product filtering page. The product filtering page offers the 4 main filters: types of goods, cost limitation, search by name, and state filter. As you can see, these are the select categories. You have several different categories available on the website. The user can also enter the price, the minimum price and the maximum price. And they can also select the state, in which state, which product they want to purchase. For example, the user wants to purchase a product of Andhra Pradesh. They can select the Andhra Pradesh state, and as per that, they will receive the products. And this, you can see, this is a product listing. It has the photograph of the product, the name, the price, the category which it belongs, and a view details button. And when the user clicks on that button, they'll be directed to the product page.
Sorry to disturb you in between, but I'd like to remind you of the time limit.
I think you need to go for conclusion, please.
Okay. So I've used the your invoice or the Razorpay test mode in this for the payment process. Conclusion. Feature scope. Admin panel, a panel to manage products, track users, and monitor customer transactions. Geolocation, customers can enable live location to be nearby of selling geotype products. The limitations, privacy concerns, the use of the data raises some privacy issues. Data accuracy, inaccurate data of geotagging can lead to some irrelevant recommendations and also lead to poor user interface experiences. Cost, developing and maintaining big systems can be costly mainly for small retailers. These are some references which I have used to develop the website.
Okay, thank you so much, Karan. Just one question I have. What do you find out new in your paper? Like you're talking about the website development approach. What
Yes.
makes unique your paper?
Basically, the approach of developing a geotagged website. There are very less websites in India having a geotag functionality of basically pertaining to the country wise and what each country incorporates, what the famous products they have in their country. So this I find unique about my website.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next paper presenter, please.
Thank you, sir. We will be proceeding with the next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter Nisha with the paper titled Navigating Cybersecurity Challenges in the Frontier of Innovative FinTech Solutions. Ma'am, if you're ready, then you may go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Please allow my co-author, Mr. Abhipray, to present.
Yeah, sure,
I'm
ma'am.
here. Yeah. Abhipray, you can share.
Yes, Nisham. Hello. Thank you, Ishita, for your introduction, and thank you, Dr. R.K. Taylor, for your valuable time. And I would like to share my screen.
Sure, sir.
So, is my screen visible to all?
Yeah,
Yes,
perfect.
sir, it is visible.
Oh, okay. So it is an honor to present the paper in the 9th International Conference on Information and Communication Strategies, Technology for Competitive Strategies. So the title of my paper is how we are navigating through the fintech innovations and the cybersecurity challenges that comes along with it. So coming to what exactly the fintech is, and if we will define the fintech in a like simple words, it is the use of technology in our day-to-day finances, like how we are managing our finances with the help of the technologies. That is the basically zest of the fintech. And previously, we were seeing that we were using hard cash, and then slowly the ATMs come into the picture. And then we are seeing the use of UPI payments platform that had significantly reduced the dependency on the ATMs. So it is not specific to a certain sort of technology. It is a continuously evolving innovations in that. Coming to the few examples of it, we have seen the mobile wallets like Paytms. We have seen the cryptocurrencies like Bitcoins. We have seen the new platforms like InsurTechs, P2P payments, and the RegTech technology. So basically, InsurTech is all about how you are customizing the premium amount of the insurance for our individual customers. People having different sort of diseases may have a different sort of premium values. Also, the P2P payment methods is more about how you are borrowing and lending money without involving the centralized system or the banks into it. And also RegTech, how you are using the regulator, how you are following the regulatory compliances by the using of the technology in it. So what attracted our area of interest into the fintech? So we have seen the global fintech market is expected to reach 9.4 trillion economy by 2030, and how the cyber security is an important factor in it, because average data breach in a financial institution may cost up to $4.24 million as a loss to them. And it is not just a monetary loss; it is also the reputational loss and the customer loss for it. Also, we see the global reach of these fintechs. Over 26,000 of the fintech startups are being raised, and more than 40% of them are along with the US itself. And we have seen the investment boom. So we see that more than $210 billion has been invested into the fintech industries, and around 64% of the population has used some sort of the fintech technologies while in 2019 till in 2019. And also we have seen the recent holdings of the United States, that is approximately they are holding 213 bitcoins currencies, and also the Chinese government is all holding approx 2 lakh bitcoin currencies with them. So the literature review, we will see like what opportunities and what are the challenges that that exist with the fintech innovations and with it. So coming to the opportunities, as we are seeing that this technology has been rising and the user base has also been increased. Just a moment. So what exactly we have to see what the user has been expecting from these kind of platforms. So the user expectations are from these platforms is to rise for the transparency and the ease of convenience to use these platforms. Also the privacy and the security concerns that are existing in this financial service. So I would like to give a big example at the end of the slide. Also, we see the opportunity as how the big fintech company, big financial institutions or the influencer companies are adopting these fintech innovations in them. Also, we see how we can value the customer and how we can improve our overall operational efficiency, and how we can manage the regulatory compliances that can result into key success factor for implementation of the fintech industry at a bigger level. Coming to the challenges, so we see the security challenges, especially into the peer-to-peer lending and payment platforms. So as nowadays you might have also seen that many cases of digital arrest are being seen with the news you can see. And coming to the digital finance technology, so it is also a global threat for the world. How, like, what will happen if someone hacks the payment module of some other country. For example, tomorrow China hacks our payment fintech institution of our country. So we have to go into it. So coming to the major fintech innovations that are already in the picture, we have categorized or prioritized the 5 fintech innovation that we see can be a major game changer in the future. We see what are the cybersecurity risks that are coming along with it and how we can mitigate it. So coming to the embedded finance. So this embedded finance is a technology that, for example, if I will say, if Zomato, while you are buying a food from
Please
Zomato.
stop. I'm really
Yes.
sorry to disturb you, but I'd like to remind you of the time limit.
Okay, sure.
I think you please focus on your findings and research and conclusion.
Okay, yes. So the major finding is we have seen the embedded finance. So in the embedded finance, we see the cybersecurity risk, the privacy in the data breaches, and the user trust and the transparency concerns along with it, and also the regulatory non-compliances that comes along with the fintech embedded finance. What mitigations are being done? Like we have to ensure the zero trust security by design platforms, and user education. We have to aware user about it and mapping the regulatory compliances with it. Coming to the cryptocurrencies, so we have seen the cybersecurity risk as a smart contract vulnerability, hacking of exchanges, and double spending attacks, and the rug pull in the decentralized financial institutions. So what are the mitigations is majorly the auditing and the security testing of these platforms. We need to have a version control. We need to have a cold storage for data recovery. We need to have a multi-signature wallets for it. Coming to the fractional ownership platform, so it is the cybersecurity risk are more into the valuation, manipulation and fraud, liquidity restriction of exit concerns, regulatory gap. So the mitigations can be we have to do the transparency and due diligence. Buyback programs and redemption options should be given, and also the diverse. We have to give the independent valuations for this, and also the robust security measures need to be also provided. Coming to the green fintechs, so we have a limited access to the green technology and sustainability product, and the mitigation is we can have a public-private partnership. We can have a transparency and traceability, third-party verification and auditing can also be done. Coming to the RegTech and the cybersecurity solutions, so RegTech can sometimes give a false negative, a false positive. So how we can mitigate it? We can improve the data quality and algorithm-wise. We have to implement a human oversight and continuous improvement in that, and we have to proportionately and see the risk-based approach that comes along with it. So what future benefit of this research is for the fintech industries? It will provide a roadmap for it will provide a strong roadmap for cybersecurity. It offers a practical guidance for mitigating the risk and how it bolsters the consumer trust and the fintech institutions that mitigates the reputational damage. For the users, it creates a more safer and secure financial ecosystem. It enhances the privacy and data protection. It empowers users to evolve like fintech landscape, and with the confidence they can like be more into it. And it provides a overall like it encourages the collaboration and prioritizing the security framework. It offers a valuable insight and more actionable like strategies that navigate the cybersecurity in the fintechs. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your presentation. You really focus on the real problem related to fintech. My question is that, see, you're talking about cryptocurrencies and all the latest trends and developments in the field of fintech.
Correct.
But still the problem arises that people are unaware and they don't want to get the risk for doing the fintech, these fintech even technologies, right? So what could be a suggestion to adopt all these things?
So the major solution, first of all, we need to educate the user and we have to train them what exactly these technologies are and what are the benefits, and also along with the benefit, what are the like side effects of using this technology. So I would like to give a small example of Vajirex platform that is majorly focused on cryptocurrencies holding. They had faced a cyber attack on that. So I am also a user of Vajirex. All my assets in that Vajirex cryptocurrencies has been frozen, and the case has been currently run by the Singapore government. So currently I cannot use any of my cryptocurrencies holded over that. So first thing, we have to have a strong framework for all these institutions. They have to follow a certain parameters or guidelines or regulatory frameworks. Third thing, we have to ensure that users are aware of the benefits and the risk associated with such kind of products.
Okay, thank you so much. Can we have next presenter, please?
Thank you, sir.
So, sir, thank you. We'll be proceeding with the next paper presenter. We have Revati Nibalkar with their paper titled Real-Time Threat Identification, a Video Analytics-Based Violence Detection System. Ma'am, if you're ready, then you may go ahead.
Is my screen visible?
It's visible and your voice is also clear. Please.
Yes.
I request you to please focus on your findings and methodology and your conclusion instead of giving more introduction, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Today I'll be presenting real-time threat identification, a video analytics-based violence detection system. So, with growing number of surveillance cameras in public spaces and workplaces, so there's a huge amount of video data being generated, but it's challenging to monitor it all manually for the incidents of violence. So that's where we are working. So the goal of this system is to automatically detect the violent actions as they happen in the video, providing a faster and more efficient way to enhance the security. So we are using LSTM and CNN. So both of them are great for analyzing sequences of data. So our system looks at the patterns over time in the video frames to determine whether the action is violent or not. So these are some of the papers we have referred for this. So this paper, first one is deep anomaly detection through the visual attention in surveillance videos. So this uses 3D convolutional network, neural network with 99.25% accuracy. And the second one was violence detection by pre-trained modules with different deep learning approaches. And this paper explores different strategies for the video violence detection in videos. And we can see the LSTM has highest accuracy of 97.06%. So we have used CNN and LSTM together in our approach. So this is the data flow diagram. So basically we will start the camera or we will upload the video. Then from that video, we will extract the frames and we will apply pre-processing for cleaning the data. And then we will use CNN and LSTM for the feature extraction and and at the end we will detect whether the activity is violence or neutral. So this is the system architecture. Here we can see the user will upload the video or start the camera. Then in pre-processing, what happens is the input we have given, for example, we have given the video data. Then in pre-processing, the frames are extracted from the video or live feed. Then we will extract the frames. Then we will proceed with the pre-processing. In pre-processing, what happens is in pre-processing, what we are doing is we are resizing the frames. Then we can say we are standardizing the size of frames. Then we are normalizing the pixel values for the better model performance. And then we are filtering or reducing the noise or to enhance the important features. Then we will apply CNN LSTM for this. Then we are using CNN for extracting the important features from the individual video frames like edges, textures, and shapes. And using LSTM, we are processing the sequence of the frames to identify the pattern over the time, which helps in detecting the actions or events. And here we can see the threshold check as well. So the threshold check we are using is to the evaluating the feature vector generated by the model, and it is also used to check the whether it crosses the predefined threshold for identifying the violent activity. And at the end, if the we can see in the violence detection, what we are doing is if the threshold is if the threshold is crossed, then we will classify it as violence activity, and if it doesn't, then we will stay in the neutral state. So these are the result. We can say she is standing still, so it is a neutral state here. And for the punch, right now we are only detecting the punch. So when we detect the punch, we will trigger the alarm. Yes, and this is the performance matrix. So the model performances are between 0.88 to 0.92. So 0.92 is good accuracy, but we are still trying to improve it. And as we can see, the F1 score is 0.89, which is between the precision and recall, but it is slightly closer to recall. So we are still trying to minimize the false negatives for achieving the perfect score. Yeah. So by using deep learning models like LSTM, we are trying to detect the violence, so it can enhance the public safety. And yes, so we are trying to do something significant in the in various applications like law enforcement and public spaces. These are the references. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, very good, Revati. It is really nice model which can give, let's say, for the security and transparency, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, my question is, let's say we can implement this model to each and every area. So, what are your suggestions to start with? If let's say if any business wants to establish these models in their company to just protect their employees or to give best to their HRs for their harassments and other things, right? How can they apply? What would be the first step which they need to take up? You getting my question? Revati, are you there?
Actually, sir, right cameras in the workplaces. So this, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How they start with,
Can you
Revati?
repeat the question again?
My question is very simple. This model, let's say I am an organization, I want to establish this model or I want to implement this model, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what would be the first step for me?
So the first step is to have CCTV cameras in the workplaces. Like most of the time, some workplaces don't have CCTV surveillance. So first thing is to have CCTV surveillance. Then we can add these things. And actually, we have only like implemented this model for the punching. We are still trying to add more features to it.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much for updating us. Thank you. Next participant, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We'll be proceeding with the next paper presenter. We have Priyanka with the paper titled Review on Artificial Intelligence in Healthcare for Disease Prediction, Opportunities, Challenges, and Future. Ma'am, if you're ready, then you may go ahead with the presentation. Ma'am Priyanka?
Hello.
Yeah.
Am I audible? Screen
Yes,
is
ma'am,
visible?
you're audible.
Okay. Okay, just a second. Okay, so my paper title is Review on Artificial Intelligence in Healthcare for Disease Prediction, Opportunities, Challenges, and the Futures. And my guide is Dr. Pushpal Desai. In this paper, this is my review paper. In this paper, artificial intelligence is a collection of many different technologies working together to enable machines to sense, comprehend, act, and learn with human-like level of intelligence. So AI is used nowadays in marketing, finance, retails, and many more. Disease prediction is also nowadays used in artificial, it is used for disease prediction also. So our paper discussed the integration of artificial intelligence in healthcare which highlights the opportunities, challenges, and the future, and also give the summary of technique which are used, different machine learning techniques used to predict such kind of a disease. Why AI is for disease prediction? As AI can analyze big data and algorithms and analyze pattern in a very accurate manner. When the data or sample size is very big, at that time artificial intelligence can help to diagnose in a timely intervention. Man-made reasoning forecast models access the patient history, physical and environmental factors, genetic composition, and the risk factor for the disease like cancer, heart disease, and diabetes disease. And apart from that, Alzheimer disease and any of the disease can be identified with the AI in easy manner. This is my literature review part. Sir, here I have used 31 paper, include PubMed, Scopus, and Research Scholar. The search string was artificial intelligence, healthcare, and disease prediction. Here the major findings are that in from 31 paper, very less primary data set has been created or has been used. Because healthcare is one of the region or one of the search area where the primary data set is one of the major challenge. Annotation of the data and the labeling of the data is one of the major challenge, as you required experts. So I found that from the data, from the literature review, that UCI and the Kaggle data set have used by many of the researcher. Apart from that, few of the researcher has also used the challenge data set, which is available when they apply for some kind of a challenges. Till 2019, a traditional method has been used for the prediction. After 2019, I found that ensemble model has been used to evolve for a good accuracy. Apart from that, XAI, that is explainable AI, in artificial intelligence, I have found very less paper. So there is a scope of explainable AI in artificial intelligence for healthcare. If the data set is image, then CNN and the deep neural network has been used, and RNN LSTM method has been used, as a Revati already use LSTM. And apart from that, if the data set is from the clinical data set or electronic health records or biochemicals or biomarkers, at that time they've used short-term memory and SVM, and then the random forest, which gives a good accuracy. These are the applications of artificial intelligence in disease predictions: steady disease, neurological disease, uncontrollable disease, immutable disease, genetic disease, personalized medicines, medical images, disease clustering, pattern recognition, electronic health record, biochemicals, robotic surgeries, and customer service chatbots. This is my proposed diagram where all the data set has been given to the model. Before that, pre-processing has been done. Here, the data imputation and the noise will be removed. Lots of data imputation techniques available. Based on the requirement, we can pre-process on that. After that, the major task is annotation. If we are working with the primary data set, as I'm already working with the primary data set and I have a very less sample, as my major problem is infertility in the woman. This is my review paper, sir. So here, when I'm collecting the data set, hospitals are ready to give, but annotation or labeling, it is a supervised classification problem. So that take lots of time. So here we can use the semi-supervised learning for annotation, and after that, feature selection technique will be applied, and then the training and testing will be done 20%, 80% ratio, and then the predictive model. My problem is a supervised, so based on the supervised training, I will be predicting the model, and then the last is the outcomes. This is my proposed diagram. Still, I'm working on the implementation part, which I'm looking forward for the next my paper. So this is the basic block diagram. After that, opportunities, if I talk about, then early detection, it will be, if the disease is identified in an early stage, it will be benefited to the patient. Improved accuracy. As the machine learning can be work on a large data, so it improve accuracy, and human errors are diagnosed by the system. Scalability, as I've already told, the data quickly providing healthcare for broader population. Cost effectiveness, AI reduce the cost of care by enabling the primitive treatment strategies. Data augmentation. Here, in my case, I'll be using the GAN algorithm for the data augmentation. As in healthcare, the data in primary, when you work on a primary data set, the sample size is not that much. So data augmentation can be used or synthesizer can be used for your data set. Algorithms and the model can help to in annotation and medical images, and labeling of the data can be helped by the algorithms and the model. Explainable model can be helpful in analysis. Personalized medicine. Many a time the dosage of the medicine, one person is different, second person is different. So personalized medicine can be, opportunity for the upcoming future. So these are the opportunities, challenges, as this is the major part, as the practical work has been start from the here. So data privacy and security, protecting sensitive data, patient information, that is one of the major part. Ethical concern. Ethical concern committee has to be passed, and that has to be given to the model, and accountability for AI driven decision. So this is ethical concern will be a major problem or challenges for the researcher who are doing research in this healthcare domain. Integration with existing system. Difficulties in incorporating with the traditional healthcare infrastructure, as nowadays we are facing that robotic surgeries are been done, but I've observed that the youngest doctors are doing this kind of a surgery. The traditional doctors are not doing this kind of a surgery. Instead of that, they follow the same their routines. Skill gaps here also. When this robotic surgeries comes, it comes with the practice also. So healthcare profession needs to be trained in AI tool and technology, and AI decision are not explainable. So that is also one of the challenge. Apart from that, I'm from Surat, so Da Vinci robot surgery has been done in many of the hospitals. So high cost implementation, when you work with the robot, then high cost implementation will be there, and FDA approval in terms of drug discovery as well as the robotic surgery, the FDA has to be passed. So this is one of the challenges that I found from the literature review. Next is the future. As I've already told, that data augmentation techniques can help to overcome the data dearth in the healthcare sector. Augmented models can be created to produce the text report from the medical images when the sample size is very big. Algorithm can help in the annotation of the medical images, which will be the hectic task in pre-processing, and it required lots of work. Explainable model can be helpful in analysis. Personalized medicine, early detections, disease, improve patient outcomes, reduce health cost. Integration with IoT and wearable device. Nowadays, IoT device also help us to, identify that sometimes it indicate that now the time to drink a water, or track our heart rate. So explainable AI is for better transparency, and use of generative AI drugs for discovery. So these are the futures, those who are doing for the research in the healthcare sector. At the end, I would like to conclude that artificial intelligence, from narrow AI to the super intelligent medicines, to provide the quality care and help to reduce the human error and improve outcome. AI in a healthcare like radiology, genomics, pathology has already given the promising result and accuracy. It saves the life and cut the cost of medical bills for the community. Thank you, sir. This is
Yeah,
all from my
very,
side, sir.
very nice. Nicely you defend your topic.
Yes, sir.
There's one question I would like to ask, that you are working, let's say it's your research, right? It's a review of.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
fine. So after review, let's say, what is your observation? You discuss about the observation which you have identified in various literature review, which is mentioned on this
Yes,
one,
sir.
right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what do you
Uh,
feel? Let's say if you're talking about the same thing in India, it is what problems you can find out with that?
yes, sir. Actually, my current main observation is that I'm currently working on polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is a syndrome in the woman, and both ovaries are filled with the cyst. And the long time consequences is that they have infertility problems, so they have to go for the IVF. Right. So this is the major my problem. And I'm when I'm doing primary data collection, at that time. No government hospitals are maintaining such kind of a records. First, second, data annotation. Let's say I have collected around 1000 records, right? And from 1000 records, since it is a medical problem, so I have to annotate and I have to validate my report with the doctor. And though my gynecologist is one of the relatives, so she can give the time, and annotation has been done. So this is also one of the problem, that validation of your record. And the third problem that I face is a ethical committee has to be passed with this kind of researches when you go for the primary data set. But when you go for the secondary data set, the sample size, in my case, the sample size is very less when I go for the secondary data set, that around 600. And this is not enough to at the end to conclude something. So primary data set is one of the major reason, and I found in says
Yeah, fine. Thank you so much, Revati.
Okay.
But you defended a very good
Sir
topic.
Priyanka this side. Sir
I'm
Priyanka
so
this
sorry.
side.
I'm so sorry.
Revati, okay, okay. Thank you
Yeah,
so much. Sir.
fine.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We'll be proceeding with the next paper presentation. I'd like to invite paper presenter Karthik K with the paper titled Stock Price Prediction for Multiple Stock Datasets Using Deep Learning Classifier. So if you're ready, then you may start your presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My voice is audible, ma'am. Shall we share the
Yes,
screen?
sir. You're audible. Yeah.
Whether my screen is visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for this giving this opportunity. First thing I'm going to tell about my research article title is Stock Price Prediction for Multiple Stock Datasets Using Deep Learning Classifiers. And my co-authors are Dr. P. Pandiraja and Karthik and Murali, and then myself, Karthik. And then our main objective of this project is we are going to be find out that price predictions of that particular data sets. That means we have to using some data sets to find out in the price predictions in the future. So nowadays we have to using that stock market and then more popular, and then Indian economy also depends on that stock markets. So we are going to given the technological solutions for that predicting that stock market prices in future, how the prices will be increased or decreased, any risk will be having in that particular stocks. We are going to try to given the technological solutions based on that some data sets of that previous data happens in that markets. So this is our objectives. We are going to be using that machine learning and then deep learning algorithms to producing that technological solutions. Whether any suppose the new user wants to investment in that stock, means they are not going to aware of that whether the particular stock having any potential risk or not, or whether the stock having that some profits or losses will be happen in the future. Means what we have to do, we are going to just analyzing, we are going to give some instructions for that particular users based on that previous experiences. That means that we are going to given that data sets, that machine learning algorithms will given some instructions. So in that particular research article, we are going to reviewing that previous research methodologies, what is the research they are going to given into that. So in that research article, we are going to reviewing that some reputed journals, they are going to given some models and their results on that. So in that particular research area, we are going to find out some gaps in that particular existing research work. First thing, we are going to find out that gaps in that existing literature reviews. Difficult to handle that large number of data sets because the stock market having that huge number of data. So we can't able to manage that large number of data sets in our traditional technological methodology. So that is one of the problems we are going to find out in the earlier research articles. Next one, the time and then computational complexities are high in that earlier researches, because they have to using the data and then for overview of that particular data in that old data, means it's going to be find out that exact predictions is highly difficult. So we are going to concentrate on then time based models, and then false positive rate is high because that results will be producing that positive manner, that result is not going to be happen in that future. So that is called as a false positive. The false positive rate is high, and then it's going to be using that labeled data sets only. So we can't be able to producing that unlabeled data sets. It's going to be one of the major drawbacks we are going to find in that earlier researches. So we are trying to addressing that earlier drawbacks. We are going to producing that model using that multi-layer perceptron model. That model will be given that accurate results more than that earlier researches. That is our goals. So this is what we are producing, that system architecture, producing that accurate results. First thing, we are going to collecting that stock data sets from that somewhere else in real time data sets. We are going to collecting that. Based on that, first thing, we are going to doing that pre-processing. So in that pre-processing methodologies, we are going to doing that data integration and then cleaning and then future extractions. We are going to performing these three processes in that pre-processing methodologies. After that, we are going to analyzing that data sets. We are going to given that MLP algorithm, that means multi-layer perceptron algorithm, and that layer perceptron algorithm will be analyzing that the future stocks, and then what is the happening in that existing, and then what is going to be the current trends. It is going to be analyzing that. It is going to be given that future predictions on that. So in the earlier models, we are going to be analyzing that, but the false positive rates will be higher that. So our training model, we are going to using the training model, that MLP model, that's given that false positive rates will be lower than previous models.
Karthik, I request you to please focus on your research and conclusions. Means, what are the findings and conclusions?
Yes, sir. So
Yeah.
we are going to propose that this is the earlier research findings we are going to find out, that we have to using that difficult to handle that large number of data sets. So we are going to concentrate that how to incorporate that huge number of data sets, and then computational complexity, and then false positive. These are the areas we are going to work on that, sir. So in that our MLP layer, that is multi-layer perceptron model, this is the future model, sir. We are going to producing that. This layer will be having the two different layers. One is an input layer and then hidden layer. This layer will be handling that large number of data. Based on that, it's going to be producing that results. How it's going to be producing that results means it's going to be containing that relative strength index, and then earlier price predictions, and then price to earnings ratio, and then price to earnings indicators. So these are the key indicators we are going to using to predict the prices. Then that MLP model will take in the key indicators. Based on that indicators, it is going to comparison that past and then future prices of the data. Any stock prices will be how it's going to be increasing, how it's going to be decreasing. Based on that, it's going to be analyzing. After that, it is going to be evaluate that results. Then that results, we are going to analyzing that with the help of this, some mathematical calculation like mean squared error, and then root mean squared error, and then mean absolute error. These are the three mathematical evaluations we are going to performing that during that regression models. Based on that regression models, it's going to be analyzing that. So we are going to take in the data from that y prediction, and then y prediction actual value. That means prediction value means what is going to be happening in the future, and the prediction value actual means what is happening in that current stage. We are going to comparing all those things, which will be producing that results. So based on these results, we are going to analyzing that stock prices, whether the stock price is going to be increasing or it is going to be decreasing in that future. This is the way we have to be working on that, sir. So in our model, we are going to closely producing that results. Suppose we have to find out that what is going to be happen in the current, what is going to be happen in the future. The stock price will be increase or decrease. We are going to nearly close to predicting the futures. So we have to producing that results compared to that existing models. Our MLP model will be giving that accuracy results, results in that accuracy level will be little more higher than that existing models. So we are going to concentrate that in future works. We have to focusing on that some training data sets. Suppose any some problems will be happen in that economical situations, that model will not going to be predicting that accurately. So we are going to try to adapting that economical, like or some other happens in that country, means it will also affect that economical base. So this kind of problems will be happen, means how we are going to adapting that. We are going to focusing on this in that future works. And thank you for that opportunities. Any queries?
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Karthik. Thank you so much. It was really nice. Next participant, please.
Thank you, sir. We'll be proceeding with the next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter Surekha Rani with the paper title Wireless Drug Delivery System, a Modernized Methodology.
Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah.
I'll be presenting in behalf of Dr. Surekha.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So good afternoon to everyone. I'll be presenting my paper on the topic modernized drug delivery system or modernized methodology, right? And these are the outline of my presentation. Okay. So if I'll
And I'm sorry to interrupt you. I really focus. Please request you to focus on your methodology, your conclusion and findings, because
yeah, sure, sir. Sure, sir. I'll focus on that. Right. So we all know that we have been using drugs and different types of thing, and day by day we are getting more improved about our health system, how we can improve our health. But modern day drugs follow pharmacokinetics, which is a main drawback as they pose disadvantage to other healthy tissues as well. So to solve this problem, a modernized approach can be that we use a drug delivery system which includes something this sort of an arrangement, right? Which has got an antenna, battery, electronic components, and micro reservoirs which can dedicatedly deliver the drug at the place we need. But the disadvantage of this methodology is size gets increased and it has so many components which make it quite complex. So normally the drug delivery systems are active and passive, right? But active systems, as shown here, right, will need your antennas and all those other components which will make it a little bit heavy, whereas your passive drug delivery systems will be requiring or will be based on your pharmacokinetic components like pH of the body, temperature, chemical properties, and then they will be delivering the drug, right? But because of the higher or a bigger size of the present system, which is in the range of 3 by 3 square mm, right, can we make the system much more better? That is the objective of this particular paper. And the major component of the modern drug delivery systems like antenna and battery, they make the system very heavy. So in our proposed methodology, we have tried to remove some of the components from the conventional approach, right, and make the system much more simpler, but at the same time not affecting its capability to deliver the drug at the designated spot. So what we have proposed is, instead of having an antenna and your battery that is there to support the antenna, we have removed those two components from the internal device. For this, we have used an antenna in the external device, and in the internal device, we have used an absorber material which can be controlled through the device to so that once the drug reaches the particular specific area where it needs to deliver the components which is it is having, the absorber material will rupture and deliver the drug only to those cells which are affected, thereby not affecting the healthy cells in our body, right? So for this, we have created an external antenna, right? Which is a simple triangular shaped microscope patch antenna, as can be seen in this figure. And the different dimensions of this antenna is given in the table 1. This antenna will be external antenna. It will not be going inside the human body, right? And we can see the designing of this antenna has been done using the HFSS software, right? And it is able to operate in 5 to 5.725 to 5.825 gigahertz range. This range is designated suitable range for the human bodies, which do not affect the human body, right? The calculation of different antenna parameters as shown in this table has been done based on these two equations, and we can see from this particular graph that antenna has a minimum return loss at a frequency of 5.768 gigahertz, thus indicating its resonating frequency. Now, this antenna will be external to the device. Similarly, we have inside our drug delivery system, we have used an absorber material, right? This absorber material will resonate at the same frequency as that of the antenna, and when the same frequency is reached, this material will rupture, thus delivering the drug at our required proper space. So the absorber material has been made by the gold. We all know gold does not have an adverse effect on the human bodies. It has been used in our civilization for a long time, right? And the dimensions of the absorber has been calculated as per the quarter wavelength principle, so as to resonate in the C band, that is in the frequency of 4 to 8 gigahertz, which will be compatible with the designing antenna. The properties used for our absorber materials are somewhat shown in table 2, where its permittivity is 6.9, melting point is something around 1064 degrees Celsius, reflection coefficient and 10 dB absorption bandwidth are all given here, right? And this is the result for the absorber material. As shown in this figure, the reflection coefficient of the material is 61.71 dB at 6 gigahertz and 12.4 gigahertz, 10 dB absorption band. Okay, from 0.6 gigahertz, it will make the wideband absorber. So if I'll say in this methodology, as shown here, this is the absorber material which is encasing the drug which needs to be delivered. Once the drug reaches a specific designated point, which can be done either through injecting it or by swallowing it, once it reaches the specific point, it will affect, we will control the release of the drug only to those tissues which are affected, especially in the case of cancerous, cancer tissues, which so on releasing the drug at the designated point where we want it to be delivered, it will not adversely affect the other healthy tissues, and it is just one of the simplified components of the entire system. Definitely the other components we are going to work on in the future space, like the MEMS that will be requiring for more control and all those things, right? But just a basic way of how we can deliver this system effectively by reducing some of the components, thereby reducing the size of our capsules, that can be done. The things that we have achieved here is that we have removed the antenna from the internal circuitry, thereby also removing the battery assembly, reducing the size. Antenna we have used in the external circuitry, which is resonating at this frequency, and the absorber material at the same frequency will rupture and will be able to deliver the drug at the designated spot. The future scope for this work can be the other electronic components that we have shown in the previous system, like controlling device MEMS architecture. They need to be worked so that they can work coherently with the entire system, right? And we can also improve the micro and nano fluidic channels, which will work as the walls for the system, so that if injected drugs are to be delivered specifically, they can work. Okay, other novel technologies can be included here, like organic transistors and polymeric materials, so that these entire devices or systems do not harm the human body, right? So that will be the focus of this entire work. So with this, I'd like to conclude. There were some important references. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shubham, for presenting your paper. It is focusing on the new technology and adoption as well, and it will really give some social relevance of the technology. Yeah. So thank you, all the paper presenters. Do we have more?
No, sir, this brings us to the end of the session. I sincerely thank our authors for the excellent presentations and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for the support during this 9th version and all the previous 8 versions of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the 10th version in 2025. All the presenters will be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Furthermore, all the papers have been already forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICTCS 2024. I'd also like to thank our session chair, Professor R.K. Taylor, for chairing the session, a token to chair on behalf of Team ICTCS and Global Knowledge Research Foundation. Thank you for your valuable presence, sir.
Thank you so much.
Just before we end the session, I'd like to request everyone to turn on their cameras for a quick snapshot of the virtual conference. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe and take care.